Welcome back to The Score. Let's now get an instant analysis ng dalawang UAAP Seniors Basketball games. Kanina, kasama natin ang ating kasama na analyst na si Christian Luanzon. Chris, welcome back to The Score. Thanks for joining us. Okay, 2 exciting games today. Finally, we saw all 8 teams. Pero the new 4 teams that are new today, pasadamo na natin ng konti yung NU-UE. Of course, a lot of people were really looking forward to LaSalle-FEU. All of us, for sure. Pero ano nakita mo din sa NU-UE? I remember Coach Eric was saying na they promised to be a faster team. Dahil last year, mabagal masyado yung pace. Puro depensa lang. Mukhang nagawa naman niya ng konti siguro. Pero ito sa close game pa rin. Siyempre, UE is not an easy team to beat. Definitely.
And I think the key was Alfred Aroga. You know, the stats speak for itself. 16 points, 13 rebounds, 4 blocks. He had 10 in the fourth quarter. And when they made that push, TJ, at the end of the third, they were only up by 1.
Correct. Dikit pa nung fourth,
And then, they just stepped on the pedal in the fourth. They scored 25 compared to 9 versus UE. And I guess it was just a little bit of both in terms of, on NU side, you have to credit their defense, obviously, with that. And at the same time, UE just couldn't find a basket. They were really struggling in that fourth quarter. But, make no mistake, I mean, these two teams, I know it's only the first game, but every game is, is so important in this league, only with 14 games. But at the same time, it's only the first game, and these two teams are considered the dark horses.
Correct. Oh, both of them.
So I think it's a big game for Aroga in terms of sending a message to the league. Lalong-lalo na kung ang pinag-uusapan natin talaga buong off-season, and today is LaSalle with Embala.
Correct. At tutusin pa nga, Aroga, na come to think of it, is actually the most experienced of the foreign imports. I mean, nag-champion na yan. This is his 5th year. So, karga niya yun compared to the others, the Embalas and the Orizus. No, he has that experience, and he showed it today. How does that matter as a factor for them moving forward para sa NU na yun yung inaasahan nila to carry this team?
Well, he's gonna use that as an advantage. But for that matchup against Embala, which I'm sure everybody is waiting for also, it's gonna be a test for Aroga when that comes. But again, he's the anchor on both ends, on the offensive side and the defensive side. And I think the key to me for Aroga this season will be his conditioning. A lot of heavy minutes will be relied on him. Obviously, he has to be on the court as much as possible. And then the second thing is his discipline of getting those silly fouls. They need him in the game. And one key in today's game, I forgot to mention also, was the support guys like Med Salim, Diputado, Rangel, and Morido. They all combined for 30 points.
Correct.
Alejandro was big with 13. He was very efficient. Alejandro last year was that inconsistent guy.
May moments of brilliance, pero biglang minsan nawawala.
Biglang nawawala na lang. And hopefully this year, after this first game, they could rely on his scoring, because we all know he can score, he can put the ball in the hoop. So he just has to be consistent.
Para sa UE naman, we know they're a really, really good defensive team, but they struggled defensively today. They didn't even break the 30% barrier of field goal shooting. Last year, they almost there. They won. I think they were 6-8. They almost made the Final Four. They were winner 2 away. Ano pang kailangan kaya nila? I mean, everyone is expecting na there'll be a dark horse, because nga, that core stayed. They matured together. Pero may mga lumakas na ibang team Hindi lang naman sila yung nag-mature at gumaling, di ba?
Well, I think yung execution, when we talk about UE, especially with Pumaren, with Coach Derek's style, ang pumapasok sa isip natin is yung run and gun style.
Correct.
But you're not to be a contender, especially in this league. To be a team like, for example, LaSalle during Franz Pumaren and an Ateneo like Coach Norman when they had those 5 straight.
Correct, yes.
When they were a team that relied on execution, especially down the stretch.
Correct.
I think last season we saw that with UE. There were a lot of games neck and neck, and then pagdating ng second half or maybe ng fourth quarter, they would lose a step. Medyo dun sila nahirapan. So I think they had to improve of that, and it showed in today's game, especially in the fourth. They couldn't make baskets.
Well, we'll see how that will improve for both these teams going forward. Okay, the main game, of course, inabangan na lahat, yung press con pa lang, maanghang na salita kaagad ng binitawan ng magkabilang mga coach na they can't wait to settle the score kasi ito nga yung game, ito yung tune-up game, hindi natapos dahil nga masyado naging physical, spurred dati, physical. At finally, I mean, did you see what you're expecting? I mean, from the intensity of you know, what the two teams showed on the court for LaSalle and FEU?
Quite frankly, DJ, no, I was quite disappointed.
Okay.
And I'm coming from a fan's point of view.
Okay.
You know, you covered the game. I was there watching the game live also with my LaSallian friends. But the reason why is because I thought the quality of the game wasn't there, especially for LaSalle. I thought today's game, they won this game because of their talent. I say that because this turnovers, for example, 27 for LaSalle, 27 for LaSalle, 17 for FEU. You know, to grade that, I would say LaSalle played like a B- for conduct sa parang school. I think FEU played like an A, maybe an A-, something like that. And that's scary. Why? Because for FEU, if you watch the whole game, Raymar Jose didn't play well. Stats-wise, he didn't play well.
Correct.
He only had 7 points, 2 of 10.
2 of 10 no, from the
Yeah,
field.
but he had, in some ways, the reason why he struggled because he just couldn't score the basketball. I thought a lot of times he had a lot of open shots that he just couldn't make. Everything was in the system. You know, he's like their Mac Bello now, but
nag-shift na siya, no? Dati,
from the 5 spot to the 4.
Wala nga lang siyang tres.
And you made a great point about that during the game. And with Raymar, though, obviously, with comparing him to Mac, medyo malayo because you know Mac is physical-wise, he's a little bit stronger,
more athletic, obviously.
More athletic. Mac has better handles, better shooting. But you have to give credit to Coach Nash for putting the mindset in him and developing him. Because if you watch the game again, they were running their plays through him. They were. We were not seeing Raymar Jose last year, like doing that dribble drive on the wing.
Not at all,
So it's scary because he didn't play. He played well in a sense. Na stats-wise hindi nga, but he played well. May impact. Pero there's still a lot more to improve.
So in other words, sabi mo, imagine mo pa, if he
really played well. I mean, LaSalle only won by 5, I believe. By 5, 83 to 78. And for LaSalle naman, I think the issue is still the same as last year to me, is that point guard slot. Today, I thought Kib Montalvo was a big loss last year. But in today's game, medyo hindi nag-show yun. Why? Because Torres, 6 turnovers, 22 minutes. Montalvo, 5 turnovers, 15 minutes. And
that's way too much for your 2-point guard.
That's way too much. And the funny thing about the game is, third quarter, LaSalle made that run. Biggest lead was 16. But I thought FEU played a better third quarter. Again, they just couldn't make shots. LaSalle, on the other hand, with their talent, Jeron had a spectacular game. It's a good thing Jeron shot the ball well also. Mbala didn't shoot the ball well, but he struggled a little bit. 13 shots is not enough for me. If I'm LaSalle, the average of Mbala should be at least maybe 18, 20 shots. I think to get that championship. And this is no disrespect to Jeron. I think his game will evolve around Mbala. I think this year, in some way, he has to take that step back, looking at the big picture.
Find a way to play well together.
Right.
Di pa natin nakita, no, I didn't see a 2-man game with them or a handoff or anything. So, I mean, Jeron had his points on his individual effort, spinning around, driving, the usual Jeron thing. Effective pa rin. Pero imagine pag mag-click yung dalawang yan.
Scary.
Nakakatakot pa talaga.
I don't think, if they play there, it's just this, TJ. Against any other team, against maybe FEU or maybe an NU Adamson. If LaSalle plays their A+ game, and for example, an FEU or an Adamson plays their A+ game, it will be a blowout maybe by 10.
Because that's how good this team
That's how good this team should be.
Should be on paper nga. But in any game, it's basketball. Bilog ang bola, hindi basta-basta ma-execute pag sinabi mo. At sabi nga ni Coach na Aldin din kanina, he attributes it a bit to rust. 3 weeks silang walang labanan, walang practice game. So we'll see from then on. But good, good preview from all these teams. Good big win for LaSalle in the first game, and we'll see a lot of good potential, I think, from all teams. So all 8 teams really showed their good stuff. So very exciting as we go along the way. And we'll see you back here next time with Chris. Maraming salamat.
keep watching The Score for the latest sports updates, and don't forget to subscribe to the ABS-CBN Sports in Action YouTube channel.